Okay, everybody, this week we are taking a look at sounds and incorporating some sounds into our program. So there are a couple of ways that we can do that. One of them is to use the System Sounds class that will allow our program to access the sounds that are built into the Windows operating system. So this first little program I'm going to show you allows us to do that. So if we run this, what happens here is you just got some various buttons, and if I click on them, it will access the system sound that's built into Windows for it. So that's kind of turned down pretty low. Let me just turn it up a little bit. So you click those, they make the sound that's built into Windows. Okay? So how do we do that? It's pretty simple actually. It involves utilizing a class. So in other words, here again, another way to think of a class in some instances is somebody wrote the code for this in the background, and so we're just incorporating that class into our program so that we can utilize it and we don't really have to write the code for it. So to access the System Sounds class, we do at the top of our code window have to put in this code right here, import systems media. Okay, just like that, and you'll notice that it is outside of our code for the form. This is the first time that we've put in any code completely outside of the code for the form. But once we do this, then our program will import the System Sounds class and allow us access to that media to use the sound. So then when I want to put a sound in here, all I do is type system sounds dot, and when I do that, you'll notice that just like it with the dot there, if I just have the dot, it shows me the different options that are built in here for these system sounds. Then I type a dot and I type play. So if I wanted any particular sound to play at some given time in my program, I could just have these system sounds do that. So pretty simple on that end. There is another way I might have sound files in my program. So let's go with another program here. I'm actually going to turn things down a little bit for this one. But so I've got a little program here called WakeUp. And all that really happens here is I'll just run this thing first, and then we'll talk about the code behind it. But I have a picture box here, and when I click on it, it plays a sound file. Okay, and that is really loud and annoying, as I'm sure you've noticed. So if we go over here to the code on this, you'll notice I don't have, obviously it was not a system sound, it is a sound file that I have uploaded into my resources folder. So I don't have to deal with any of the system sound stuff. I'm doing a different thing here than I was with the system sound class. To do this, I just have to type in my computer.audio play, and then in the parentheses, I can type my.resources.the file name. So as I'm typing in, obviously the first step was I had to put a WAV file into my resources folder. So the way to do that again is if you double click on the My Project icon in the Solution Explorer window, that will take you to this window right here for your program. The My Project window, basically, it might be selected on Application when you first get there. If you go to Resources, what you want to do is go to Add Resource, Add Existing File. Over here, you could change this to Audio. And then if I navigate, I had saved a WAV file to my desktop, and there it is, so I could upload it. Now, one thing to note about this is Visual Basic just works with WAV files. Isn't the most convenient audio format out there, but that's what it works with. So I would just upload that into my resources folder right here, and then in my code, when I'm typing it in, once I type my.resources, the resources that are available just show up. Okay? Now you'll notice after that, I type in here audio play mode dot, and there are some options here. Notice background loop, that crowing sound was going to happen over and over again, so it was looping. Well, I pick background loop or background. it will play the sound and allow me to still interact with the program if there was something else to do. In this one, there's really nothing else to do. But if I click wait to complete, then what happens is the user cannot access anything in the program or interact with the program until the sound is done playing. Okay, so in this one I just had a Boolean variable here that when you click it the first time, it's going to play that on a loop. When you click it the next time, it's important to know here too that if I just want a sound file that's playing or looping to stop at some point in my code, I can have this mycomputer.audio.stop, and that will tell the program to stop playing the audio. So pretty easy to incorporate sounds into your programs. A couple things to note: sounds can be helpful as far as giving your users some feedback on good or bad things that happen in your program. You can't overdo it though. Like this example here with the rooster crowing, very annoying. You don't want something like that in a program that could be very unsettling to the user. Same thing with system sounds. You don't want to use system sounds kind of incorrectly, where you're making things that they sounds bad but something's good happening, or vice versa. But incorporating sounds can be a good thing. Here again, just like pictures, if I go out on the internet and find some WAV files to utilize, I should give credit to where I got those things, and do be a little bit careful as far as, as we're starting to get files like this versus a picture, it is easy to run into some files that you really don't want to download to your computer. So make sure you are using reputable websites and places you can trust if you're going out and just downloading some files like that.